Hi, welcome back to day 19 of Vlogmas. Well, what a day. It's kind of cold now. The wind died down. That's the good part. It's only like 12 degrees, but without the wind chill, it's not as bad. It's bearable. So, yeah. I was thinking that 46 down in Georgia was sounding pretty good right about this morning when I was freezing. My cheeks were all red and I was like, yeah, 46 sounds good. But I know when you're not used to cold weather and it hits 46 and it's raining, it's cold. So, let's see. Coffee for the day. Oh, I found a Christmas mug up in the cupboard today. Flavor for the day is called Java Jingle. I think it has a little tiny bit of cinnamon in it. I don't know, but my creamer is peppermint mocha creamer, so it kind of gave it a zing. It tastes like Christmas to me. Maybe it's just the mug. No, no, it really does. You get it up to your nose and you're like, oh, it smells like Christmas. I think that's the cinnamon in it that makes you think that. Like cookies and stuff that had, oh, maybe it's got flavorings of like nutmeg and stuff from cookies that I'm tasting. I don't know. But anyway, yesterday's vlog had an idea that I had for a year-long hat make-along. And a lot of people said they would join, so I'm like really excited about that. I'm like, oh, good. I'm not a total, by myself on this one. But of course, if you're already making hats and stuff like that, which I've made hats for Billy before on the Crafty Floridians page. She collects hats and stuff like that, so I'm always doing them anyway. Even if I don't send them all to her, I send her some. And so it would be fun just to, if you do any at all, just to be able to post them somewhere and at least get them entered into a giveaway. So there you go. Sounds like a plan. I'm already looking up and stuff for my first hat, because I could post it in a week, because geez, January 1st is like 2 weeks away, so I guess I have to get working on that. Exciting. So yeah, so quit saying so, huh? I don't know why I'm at a loss for words today. And the frog is back. What's up with that? So I was looking at day one's video because it happened to come up on the side when I was looking at stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to day one and take a look at it. And oh my gosh, I was afraid to talk. I was terrified. You can tell. And I don't know that I'm more comfortable, but I think that all of you have gave me the confidence that there are people that are having fun also. And maybe, I don't know. I just know that it's where I feel like I should be at this moment. So I'm like, this is great. I'm having fun. You guys are having fun. I'll keep doing it. So I didn't have any content. Oh, well, one of the things is I always leave home to go to work, especially in the wintertime, or, anytime, with at least 1 to 2 project bags in my bag that I'm carrying. And last night I was tired and I had them over by my chair, and I don't know. All I know is that when I got to work and had a chance at lunchtime to actually stitch, I didn't have anything. There was nothing. And I'm like, what? I didn't bring anything to work today? So I was like, well, is there anything in the car? So I ran out to the car and I found a bag out in the car. Believe that one? So I don't know if it fell out of my bag or I just threw it out of my bag or what, but I know I've been doing a lot of mailings lately. This bag I got at a local shop here, and it has a design on it of the town that I live in, Binghamton. And so I have a project in there. So that's what I'm going to show you today, because it wasn't anything that I was doing for an order or anything, but heck, might as well show it to you. I'm using a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is a cake of self striping. This one's gorgeous. It's like peach and pink and maroon and a little beige. It's got a lot of different colors, and it's called Cherry on Top. I really like this colorway. Ferris wheel is made by Lion Brand. It is 270 yards, 3-ounce cakes, 100% acrylic, and it's a 4-ply. However, it's a very light 4-ply, very light. And so I'm using a J-hook for this because it's a freehand scarf that I'm just winging, which I do a lot, because if I find a pattern for a hat or something and I want to match a piece, then I'll just take the stitch out of the hat and use it for the scarf, like I said before. And this one I had made a whole entire set with this stitch once, and I really like this because it works up fast. It is a double crochet, but it is not a complete double crochet. So the scarf is not very wide, and what it does is I'm doing 2 double crochets but making a cluster, and then I'm chaining one in between, and so it's a closed double crochet instead of so a weak of one. I don't like double crochets and nothing else, just constant, because it's a weak stitch. It doesn't stand up straight. And if the yarn is weak, which this one is, wimpy yarn, then you get like a wimpy piece. It just doesn't stand up. But if you do this cluster, it seems to stand up a little bit heavier, and see the stitches are showing and they're standing up. But anyway, look at how that comes out in that stripe. Isn't that gorgeous? I really like this Ferris wheel a lot. So what I thought I would do is just use the whole cake and see how long it is, and if I decide to make it an infinity, that will be a nice infinity, because it won't be real wide, but you can wrap it 2 or 3 times to make it, and it'll be limp enough. It's going to be great. I think I might just sew it together and make an infinity like that. So I went ahead and used my stitch marker from yesterday. There was one on there, of course, when I opened the bag, but I thought, I'll put my snowflake on, seeing that it's been snowing lately. So it's on there from yesterday. And then I decided that I had gone to the state fair this year. Not every year, but every other year, we usually go to the state fair in our area because it's only an hour north of us. And the state fair is pretty big, and you need a day of it. And a lot of people I've seen on a lot of different podcasts enter, projects and stuff in the fairs and in the state fairs and stuff. Well, I didn't. But I also saw that there were some like spinners and different people that had alpaca and different, indie dyers and stuff that sometimes go to the fair. So I said to my husband, watch. for somebody who might be selling, you know, indie dyer, yarns. Okay, so we're going through, nobody, nowhere near anything to do with the farms, the goats, nowhere. And then we came through the one section, what was like 4-H or something, and it got to the end, and at the very end of it was another like tent, and it was separate from the building, and it had a lady, about 4 or 5 ladies on the left hand side. They were all spinning, and then they had another lady over here on this side who was selling what they were spinning, and she was showing the demonstration of them dyeing and stuff. And so I said to her, I go, "Oh my gosh, you have what I want. I want something speckled." And she said, she could tell right away that I knew what I wanted, and I wanted it over there. She could tell right away that I was a crocheter or something. I knew what I was talking about. And I don't now on video, but I did that day. So anyway, she opens the counter and says, "Come on back here and pick what you want." And I was like, "What?" So I did. She let me in there. And so I went back and I found a skein, or actually a hank of this. Look at that. And I hadn't shown it to you because I hadn't started my channel until November. So I got this in August. It was actually my birthday, because September 1st is my birthday. So I went back behind the counter and I got this, and I was holding on to it, and I was looking at all the other stuff she had and stuff. And this is 80% merino and 20% nylon. So it is, she said it was designated as a sock yarn, and it is quite thin. And I didn't care. I was like, I wanted to get the speckled. I had never had anything like this. So she says, yeah, 400 yards. She says, "Oh, I may have another one." And I'm like, "You might?" And she said, "I might." So this was on she had all these skeins hanging, and there was every kind of alpaca color you could think of, and a whole bunch of, naturals. And I usually go for the naturals, or, something like a tweed or whatever. And this is the first time I've ever gotten something like this. So she did. She waited on like 3 or 4 people, and then she fumbled through a basket at the bottom of her counter that she had hidden, and she did end up coming up with another skein. Now, if you look really, really close, they don't match exactly, because the heavy saturation in the blues and the greens and the purples is a lot heavier and brighter than this one. A little part of it right there has that bright pink, but most of the purples and the blues and the greens are more pastel than this one. See? But you know what? They still go very well together. And so one of these days I'm going to hang these up. It's just that right now I've been enjoying just looking at them up on the special. I have a special rack that I keep the luxury yarns after I hank them up, or take them out of the hank and cake them up. I'll bag them in plastic and label them and put them either in a basket or on this one shelf. And I do that with my knit crate yarns if I'm going to keep them. And so that's where these have been hanging out. They've been in this plastic bag that she gave me up there on the shelf. So one of these days I will hang them up or cake them up. Anyway, just had to share them with you because there they were staring at me today and I hadn't shown them. So that is my Vlogmas for today. Today is an odd number, so it's Christy's turn to open a gift tonight. By the way we set it up, our Vlogmas stuff will go right through December 31st. In case anyone was wondering if it's going to end on Christmas, it's not going to. It's going to continue. Tonight's item for the box for the end of the month, the December Vlogmas box giveaway, is a skein of Red Heart Amore. I say Amore, but it doesn't have it. So Red Heart Amore. If you've ever gotten a skein of this, you will know this is absolutely a dream. It is the soft, it's like velour. That's what I call it, like velour. It's the softest you can imagine how soft that is. It is a 4-ply, medium 4-ply. It's 100% polyester, which is why it feels like that. Amazing polyester feels. It's called, the color is called Peaceful. And it has where do they write it? 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 198 yards, 181 meters. Yes, beautiful. All right, so that's made in China, by the way. So that's going in the box at the end of the month. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you for your input. Don't forget, yesterday, pop on over there and check out yesterday's because it was a surprise in there. All right, well, good night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.